Okay, welcome back to Learn with Healing Emotions. Myself, Dr. Jakrit. Today I'm going to cover part 3 of my video. So, coming to the school of thoughts, look, everything has a historical root, so does psychology. During the evolution of subject, many theories came into existence, some of which were rejected, some were approved, and some were partially accepted. What we have today is a more advanced and developed version of these theories. इसको हम इस तरह से समझ सकते हैं कि जब भी कोई नया डेवलपमेंट होता है, कोई नई थ्योरी आती है, कोई नया ऑब्जेक्ट, कोई नई चीज़ आती है, तो वो एक डेवलपमेंट के फेज से गुजरती हुई आती है। और ड्यूरिंग दिस डेवलपमेंट मैनी फेसेस कम्स, और जो कंसेप्ट और थ्योरीज आती हैं, जो नई थ्योरी आती है, जो वो हमेशा उससे जो क्रिटिसिज्म होते हैं पुराने वाले में, उनको दूर करने के लिए आती है। In the same manner, different school of thoughts came. Every school of thought has their own theory, and usually they have some positive things and some things which were criticized later on. And when they were criticized, so the new theory emerged. So all these together formed with certain, criticisms and certain improvements. Different school of thoughts came into evident. Now we will first of all cover structuralism. Structuralism is a concept and a theory given by Wilhelm Wundt. Wilhelm Wundt, who was German professor, and he is also known as father of psychology, and his main contribution is structuralism and establishment of world's first psychological laboratory in Leipzig in 1879. So what structuralism according to Wilhelm Wundt is? Structuralism is the study of a structure of mind. He focused on the structure of mind, and as a structure of mind, he focused on consciousness. His most of the experiments were focused or based on conscious experiences. Wundt had his students performed experiments in the laboratory by using art of self-introspection and self-observation. Now let's understand consciousness according to Wilhelm Wundt. Whatever things we are aware of at the moment, all that comes under consciousness. And he has broken consciousness, in different parts. He talked about feelings, sensation, perception, ideas, facts, objects, etc., etc., that all these are the parts of consciousness. According to him, all these broken parts are part of consciousness, and to know what is going on in the consciousness of any individual, Wilhelm Wundt has used self-introspection and self-observation. किसी भी किसी के इंसान को जानने के लिए, उसकी साइकोलॉजी को जानने के लिए विलियम वुड ने फोकस किया कि ये एक तरह से उसके जो माइंड है, उसके स्ट्रक्चर को पढ़ के हम पता कर सकते हैं कि कोई इंसान कैसा है। इट्स बेसिकली स्टडी ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ माइंड। और स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ माइंड में उन्होंने कॉन्शियसनेस को फोकस किया। कॉन्शियसनेस का मतलब वॉट एवर इज करेंटली गोइंग इन वंस माइंड। अब कॉन्शियसनेस के बारे में इन्होंने कहा कि कॉन्शियसनेस इज divided into several divisions such as thought, perception, whatever I have told you earlier. अब ये हमारी बहुत ही ऑब्जेक्टिव चीज है किसी पर्सन की। हमारे थॉट्स को, हमारे परसेप्शन को, हमारे आइडियाज को नो वन एल्स कैन ऑब्जर्व बाय सी। नाउ हाउ one's ideas can be studied, for that he recommended the method of self introspection and self observation. जैसे अगर हमको किसी मिस्टर ए के बारे में जानना है, उसके स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ माइंड या उसकी कॉन्शियसनेस के बारे में जानना है कि व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन इन हिज और हर माइंड, इन हिज और हर माइंड, सो वी शुड डिपेंड ऑन हिज और हर वर्बल स्टेटमेंट ओनली, जो कि वो अपने को अंदर ऑब्जर्व करके, अपना सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करके, खुद के बारे में सोच के हमें वर्बलाइज बताएगा कि हमारे इस समय थॉट्स ये चल रहे हैं, हमारे मन में इस समय एक बहुत ही अच्छा म्यूजिक चल रहा है, हमारे दिमाग में इस समय एक बहुत अच्छी इमेज है, बहुत अच्छी पिक्चर है. तो what that particular person will tell, on that only we will have to believe. So this is all about structuralism. Uh, uh, Now, another prominent psychologist who believed in the school of structuralism was Tishner, uh, Edward Bradford Tishner. He was a British professor, and according to him, uh, the psychology is study of a structure of mind, that is consciousness again, and he has divided consciousness into three basic elements: physical sensations, feelings, and images. Now we can understand through an example that what is physical sensation, feelings, and images. He said whenever we see some object, there are three things related to the consciousness. फर्स्ट इज फिजिकल सेंसेशन. जैसे हम एक एप्पल का एग्जांपल लेते हैं, तो फिजिकल सेंसेशन मतलब हाउ इट लुक्स, व्हाट वी आर सीइंग, दैट इज फिजिकल सेंसेशन ऑफ एनी ऑब्जेक्ट. नाउ फीलिंग्स रिलेटेड टू दैट. if that is apple, what emotions are coming in our mind, what emotions we are feeling, we are liking it, we are disliking it, that is related with the feelings related to consciousness. Now third is images, images and memories. This may relate with dreams or our memories related with that particular object. जैसे कि अगर फ्रूट की बात कर रहे हैं, हम एप्पल की बात कर रहे हैं, तो जो भी हमारा पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस उस एप्पल के साथ रहा हो कि वो बहुत ही स्वीट था, जूसी था और रेड इन कलर था, राउंड इन शेप था, बहुत ही फ्रेश था, तो ये सारी चीजें इमेजेस में आ जाएंगी. तो Tishner has also divided consciousness. He has divided in three basic elements: physical sensation, feelings, and images. And according to him, it is a systematic study of mind through the study of its structure under the theory. और एडवर्ड जो टिश्नर है, उन्होंने भी हमको यही मेथड बताया था कॉन्शियसनेस को स्टडी करने के लिए: सेल्फ इंट्रोस्पेक्शन एंड सेल्फ ऑब्जर्वेशन. As Wilhelm Wundt had discussed, in the same manner he has also described these two methods only. Now this theory was criticized so that another theory came into existence, which was structuralism. Now the criticisms were on 2 points. One is that Wilhelm Wundt and Tishner both have divided the consciousness into different parts. Later on it was said that you cannot divide consciousness into parts. Consciousness is a continuous process, so it cannot be divided into 2, 3, 4 or 5 parts. इसको हम इस तरह समझ सकते हैं कि जब भी हम किसी चीज के बारे में कोई चीज सोचते हैं, तो हम पार्ट्स में नहीं सोचते हैं. हमारे मन में थॉट्स कॉन्टिन्यूअस प्रोसेस में आते हैं. हम उसके बारे में, वो दिखता कैसे है, उसकी फीलिंग्स कैसी है, वो लगता कैसे है, उसके साथ हमारा एक्सपीरियंस कैसे था, ये ब्रोकन पार्ट्स में या एलिमेंट्स में नहीं आते. हम किसी भी चीज के बारे में, जैसे हम एक एलिफेंट भी देखते हैं, हम बनाना देखेंगे, कोई फ्रूट देखेंगे, तो ब्रोकन वर्जन्स में, एलिमेंट्स में हम नहीं सोचेंगे उसके बारे में. थॉट्स जो होती है, वो हमारे जो कॉन्शियसनेस होता है, ये एक प्रोसेस ऐसा है जो कि कॉन्टिन्यूअसली चलता है. तो इसका क्रिटिसिज्म एक तो इस बेसिस पे हुआ कि कॉन्शियसनेस कैन नॉट बी डिवाइडेड इनटू पार्ट्स. And second criticism was based on the method of studying the structure of mind or consciousness, that is self-introspection and self-observation. It was said that it is not a scientific and verified method. It is a very subjective way to know one's consciousness. Objectivity is missing in this method. If we are asking someone, please express your thoughts, please express what's going on your mind, he can manipulate his thoughts, his perception, his everything, and we don't have any proof to prove it ki whatever you are telling that is not right. What we have to do कि जो वो कह रहा है वो हमें मानना पड़ेगा. So this is not a scientific method, according to future psychologists. They said कि ये self introspection and self observation, these are lacking reliability and objectivity in method of collecting data. So these two criticisms came into existence, and as a result, the new school of thought emerged, that is, school of functionalism. Now, after structuralism, the second school of thought is functionalism. It is given by William. Okay, now we will discuss the second school of thought, that is functionalism. The founder of functionalism is William James, and he's also called for the father of American psychology. Now, students, please don't get confused. William Wundt is father of psychology, and William James is father of American psychology. And he was very much influenced with Darwin's evolutionary theory, and he adopted a biological approach to the study of mind. He believes in anatomy and physiology. He said structuralism does not really reveal how the mind actually functions or works. So William James basically emphasized on functions of mind. He said psychology, he explained psychology as a functions of mind, and thus through functionalism he advocated the theory of mental life and behavior. He said mind is a recent development in the evolutionary process, and its function is to help man's adjustment to its environment. Now, what structuralism has talked about? They talked about consciousness, and consciousness also they divided into various elements. Whereas William James has emphasized that consciousness is a continuous process. It is a flowing unity. It is continuous process which provides us integrity. Now, mental life and behavior, how these are related, basic fundamental thing which is related to humans is that how humans are adapting with their changing environment. What behavior they are making to adapt with their environment. And when it comes to the adaptation with environment, the behavior should be continuous. It cannot be divided into elements or parts. Suppose it cannot be like this कि हमने कुछ perceive कर लिया, then we stopped, then we tried to understand, then we stopped, then we start thinking, then we stop. No, it's a continuous process. Whatever problem, whatever situation comes to our way, we deal with that situation in a continuous process. And basically what consciousness or what our mind do, it help us in adapting with the upcoming situations. तो जैसे मान लो हमारे लाइफ में हम कुछ किसी भी चीज़ से हमको एडजस्टमेंट करना है, हमको पढ़ना है, हमको कोई पजल सॉल्व करना है, हमको कोई खाना बनाना है, तो it's not like that कि after one process we stop, after second process we stop. The whatever functions we do, that is in a continuous process, that flow naturally. We don't have to put efforts कि we have to reunite the divided elements of consciousness. It's not like that. So on this point, functionalism is different from structuralism, and functionalism on this point also criticizes the structuralism. Now, consciousness or mental life, according to William James, is a continuous and flowing unity, and he also talked about habits. He said that habits are nothing but the functions of our nervous system. When we repeat some activity, it is registered in our nervous system and it happens then automatically. We don't have to make efforts for it when we repeatedly do something. जब हम एक किसी काम को हम देखते हैं, जब पहली बार हम किसी काम को करते हैं तो हमें उसमें एफर्ट्स डालने पड़ते हैं, हमें सोचना पड़ता है। कोई भी चीज, चाहे आप वो पजल सॉल्व कर रहे हो, चाहे आप कोई कुकिंग का काम कर रहे हो, चाहे आप कोई कंसेप्ट समझ रहे हो, when you are doing it for the first time, then you have to put special efforts into it. But when you do it twice, thrice, or 4 times, 5 times, then without paying any special attention, any special effort, you are able to complete that particular work. Why? Because this is now in your habit. How it is formed as a habit? Because it is registered in your nervous system. Now your nervous system is supporting you to do that particular work. Now another follower or who also supported William James' viewpoint, claiming that our mind functions is to adapt to our surroundings, is John Dewey, and he also is very much related to functionalism. His concepts are very much identical to functionalism. Now, criticism of functionalism, so that other theories, other school of thought such as Gestalt, behaviorism, psychoanalysis, all these established. The criticism is the theory talks about consciousness, which according to the propagators of upcoming theory is a very vague concept, as it cannot be scientifically tested, as it cannot be seen. Again, in functionalism, the methods they had described to study your mind is self-introspection and self-observation, which are not objective, they are very subjective. And the upcoming theories also discarded the concept of consciousness. They said that consciousness, we cannot say that consciousness is only responsible for human psychology, because it cannot be scientifically tested and no one can see consciousness. Only through self-introspection and observation we can know about what's going in one's mind. So this is not scientific, and they have discarded this functionalism also on the ground of more emphasis on consciousness. Okay students, thanks for watching my videos again and again. If you have any doubts in any part, you can ask me in comment section or simply DM me on my Instagram. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. I will be covering more topics in my upcoming videos as usual, and we will meet again in part 4 with some new content. Till then, bye bye.